Welcome to The Redeemables, the podcast where we take movies that scored 50 or less on Metacritic and decide whether to redeem them or to nail them to the cross. As always, I'm here with my boy Kenny.
Hello.
And my man Duff.
Hello.
How we going, guys?
I'm great.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, really good.
Got a new singlet on, so I'm pretty jacked up.
Yeah,
Nice,
we're going to have a
nice.
chat about that later.
Summer singlet.
We are, this episode, doing the Will Ferrell magnum opus Semi-Pro. Semi-Pro was released in February 2008. Yeah, once again.
Another one from that same era.
Yeah, sorry, people. We'll branch out later. I've
Yeah.
got a nice 1943 black and white coming up later on.
Did they have Metacritic in 1943? I don't know.
There's always a critic
Yeah.
hiding in the bushes.
Yeah.
Sons of bitches. Carry
It
on.
was directed by Kent Alterman. It stars, as mentioned, Will Ferrell.
Yep.
Woody Harrelson.
Huge fan of both of those.
Yep. And Andre 3000.
Yeah.
Okay.
Is this his only movie?
Nah.
I got some. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
yeah, I can't
No is the
remember.
short answer. The long
Okay.
answer comes a little bit later
Okay,
on.
no
Yeah.
problem.
It's got some smaller roles by Maura Tierney.
Tierney?
Tierney?
More Tierney?
Yeah. She's been in a lot of things.
She looks-
But I'll be honest, I
Yeah.
had to look up her name.
Yeah,
She
so-
looks like
yeah.
Jennifer Aniston in some shots.
She does.
Yeah.
Okay.
really?
Like a Jennifer Aniston, but
With
she's
straight
just
hair.
your neighbour.
Yeah.
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 Andrew Daly.
2 kids and she walks them to school every day.
One
Just
rides
say
a
good day
bike.
to Maura at the school drop-off for
She
me.
drives
will you?
a Hyundai Santa Fe. Not a new one, 2014. But it's in good condition.
And-
Sorry, go on.
That's the most anyone's talked about Maura in
Yeah.
since 2008. You're welcome, Maura. Andrew Daly, Will Arnett.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yes.
Love him.
Yes. Andy Richter.
Yeah.
And Dewey the Bear.
It's an amazing cast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
And
to.
you even missed a few.
Oh, there's
there.
people flashing in and out.
Yeah,
there.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've got
You missed
some-
a few of Will Ferrell's best friends that
Yeah.
he likes to take around with him to all his
Yeah.
movies.
It's what
yeah.
you do, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Like, Will Ferrell is kind of all of us in a way. Like, you'd be like, hey, I'm a bit famous now. I'll give you a role. I'll give you a role.
Yeah.
Like the Adam Sandler,
Yeah. Yeah.
but
He's,
he's funnier.
And then they branched out as well, those guys. They ended up having their own movies. Matt Walsh and Rob Corddry.
Caudry. I love the
Caudry.
Caudry.
Yeah.
Sometime a hot tub time machine.
It's back.
The Duff impressions.
We'll do
Send
it
in
one
your
day.
emails. The budget was $55 million. I don't know.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that spent on Dewey the
Nah.
Bear?
I don't know.
Can't have been.
No, that's what my research indicates.
55 mil. And
Yeah.
Battle Los Angeles was made with 70
$70 million.
What did they spend the 50? Get a breakdown for me. What did they spend it on?
I wasn't prepared. I've got a spreadsheet here, Ken.
Yeah, thanks.
No. I
Catering?
don't.
Yeah, I was going to
Just-
say catering.
Yeah, catering. I think costumes, even though they probably could have just gone to the op shop.
The
Yeah.
smokes and bourbon Will Arnett has.
That's insane.
The
Yeah.
whole movie.
If you took out, say, Will Ferrell's salary,
Is the
Which-
budget part of the salary?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
yeah,
total,
it'll be in it.
total spend, I'm guessing.
I'm not
yeah.
sure you're paying a heap for Kent Alterman, was it?
Ken Holtzman, no.
No.
Yeah.
Will Ferrell's getting paid. Who else there is getting paid?
Oh,
Like a
Woody
substantial
Harrelson.
amount.
Oh, Woody
sorry,
Harrelson.
Woody. Sorry,
Woody
Woody's
Harrelson.
definitely
Yeah,
getting
Woody
paid.
doesn't get out of bed for less than...
So who else is it? So take those two. What are they getting? 15 of that? Maybe 20? Will
yeah.
Ferrell was at kind of the peak of his
Oh,
powers
yeah,
then.
yeah.
Yeah,
massive.
yeah.
He was
I
a
reckon he's
draw
getting-
card for a movie. You just put
He's
him in
getting
anything.
18 mil.
Yeah.
I'll write that down.
Yeah, okay.
Just as a...
Look it up.
yeah.
Someone look it up. Where's our guy? Fuck, we're on-
If anyone wants to be a guy,
we're on
send
episode
us-
4. How
send
do we
us
know?
an email.
How do we know
Yeah,
the guy?
send us some pics too.
I don't want
Shirtless.
I don't want a weirdo in there.
show us your oysters.
There's only one weirdo in this group.
Yeah.
Look,
Sorry.
so without
So what did you say? It was 50 mil.
55 million,
55 mil, and
Yeah.
we're saying 25 of that was Woody and
Yeah.
Will.
couple of million for licensing, because there's actual... A little segue I'll go on a little bit later. There's real sports teams mentioned here and there
Yeah.
with real
Yeah,
logos
yeah,
and whatnot.
yeah,
so,
sure.
oh, that's
So where's that other 30 mil
There's,
going?
Andre 3000 was he?
Andre 3000.
he's-
Maybe it was Andre 4000 at that stage.
Is that how much he got paid?
Yeah,
$4,000.
Andre 4000.
That's why he's called Andre 3000, because his booking fee is
going
$3,000.
not these days.
Performing at bar mitzvahs for 3,000, or I'll go in a Will Ferrell movie. Doesn't matter. It's all $3,000. I like it.
It's in the name.
I'm going to be called Kenny 100 from now on.
I'll be Duff $1.50.
I'm Ben $17.25. We're
Fair price.
meeting the market.
Fair price.
Worldwide
Sorry.
gross. Do you reckon it did well or not?
Yeah, I reckon it did
Yeah,
well.
I think it did.
Will
be
Ferrell
right.
was making some.
Yeah, well, it was after Blades of Glory.
Yeah,
Yes,
was first.
yes,
Yeah, so
Yeah.
people knew Anchorman, obviously,
Yeah.
old school.
Yeah.
By that point, he was like peak of his powers.
He was on a
Yeah,
heater.
yeah.
He was on a heater.
Sports Run, Talladega Nights, Blades of Glory.
Talladega Nights was next, I think, wasn't it?
No.
Was this one in between?
Talladaga's 2006.
Oh, okay.
Really?
So this is the third one of the sports movies.
Third
Yeah.
one. And
Yeah.
I think,
Okay. So everyone knows
Yeah.
what they're getting by this point.
yeah.
Actually, sorry, can we just confirm that?
Go on.
Confirm it. It's in my fucking notes.
Oh, it is? Like the run of date?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do we got?
2006 was Blades of Glory.
I don't know why you would.
2007 was Blades of Glory. 2006, Talladega Nights. 2008, Semi-Pro.
I don't know why you weren't
Okay.
skeptical when you were buying that shirt. Ken.
Yeah.
So Talladega Nights was first.
First.
First?
Yeah.
Well, the great pairing of John C. Reilly.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Yep.
Took him to new heights.
Oh, I love John C.
Okay, so sorry, where were you going with that before I rudely
Did it make
interrupted?
money or not?
Yeah, okay. So
It's
I was trying to figure out where it was in the
Yeah.
stratosphere of
I just think
Will
with
Ferrell
those two
sports
movies, the
In the
sports
Ferrell
movies, they were good. So I reckon, yeah, I think it did well.
No.
Can I have a guess?
Go on.
So are we talking box office?
Yep. Worldwide gross.
Worldwide. I can do US box office. I'm not familiar with the European and China market.
Go US.
You got US?
I don't have those figures. But one.
I want to go worldwide. I'll say it did 125.
I'll go with 126.
This isn't the fucking Price is Right. You don't win anything.
If it's overs, I get it.
Okay. Wildly inaccurate.
Okay.
Both. Yeah, 44 million.
No,
Yeah.
it didn't.
So it was a flop.
It
Massive
flopped.
flop.
Official flop.
Yeah, this is a little bit
Oh,
different
man.
to
I
like
did
say,
not see that coming.
some of the other ones we've done where there was a really bad Metacritic score
Yeah.
and a decent
And I had a big,
gross.
yeah.
This is not quite the exact reverse, but close enough.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, because as a
Were
Metacritic
people sick
score,
of it by then?
Oh,
Is
I
that what
think
it was?
Ferrell fatigue.
Yeah, Ferrell fatigue.
Ferrell
Yeah.
fatigue.
Or did it just open on a bad weekend?
I actually probably should have
Did you
looked
look it
at
up?
that. Yeah,
Because maybe, I don't know.
Again, if anyone wants to look it up and send us an email.
When was it released?
Although box office is total time it's out. But
Yeah.
But it might have opened up against, I don't know, what else is 2008?
February 2008.
Yeah. I don't know.
Oh, February's a terrible time to release a movie.
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah, it's a leap year. Maybe it was released on the 28th. No one went to see it.
No one could put it in their Google diary. Yeah.
point.
No, so I was surprised to see that it didn't
Yeah,
do
I
that great.
expected great things.
Again, I don't know what it was sold on DVD and that, so I think it's probably much more of a watch at home on DVD.
Yeah,
than
I
a
own a-
rush down to
That's
the
a good
cinema.
point.
I own a
Yeah.
I own a copy.
Yeah,
Very good.
yeah. If there was like a bang explosion type movie or this, you'd go, I'll watch this. I'll watch Semi-Pro on DVD later on, and I'll go watch the
Yeah,
bang
fair point.
explosions.
Yeah. Still, though, 44.
Yeah,
That's like when we, other movies we've done, was it 200 and then
Mm,
96 for the butterfly effect?
yeah.
And that was around the same sort of time.
Yeah. And
Crazy.
that may have been a contributing factor. I'm not sure, but I reckon Duff was alluding to this earlier. It was Will Ferrell said no more sports movies after this.
Yeah,
Because of that.
I think it
I'm
killed
not sure
it.
that's the exact reason, but I think
Yeah.
probably he's probably
He almost did another one
yeah
down the track,
yeah
which was that game house, The House.
oh yeah
That's like gambling and stuff. It's not
Yeah.
really a sports movie. but-
It's pretty far away from sports. To be
okay,
honest.
Yeah.
that's fine.
yeah. If you can smoke a cigarette while you're doing it, it's probably not a real sport.
You've never seen me play indoor mixed volleyball, have you?
Not many have.
Not terribly upset about that. Yeah. So Metacritic wise, as I alluded to, it's actually one of the higher ranking movies that I have on my list, and that it's definitely the highest ranking movie we've done so far. Sneaks in under our threshold of 50. It's 47.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I expected lower.
Yeah, same.
Expected
yeah.
higher
Yeah.
money and lower.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Thanks, mate.
Very negative.
Hiya, money.
Watch Will Ferrell.
This is where I interject and say the wiki synopsis. This is probably the best wiki synopsis I've seen so far. I was really impressed with this.
This better be
It's
good,
pretty
because
lengthy.
we've had some rippers. Oh, it's a lengthy one.
Did you want to
Okay.
hear lots of words that say nothing?
Yes.
Yeah, that's why you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
Semi-Pro is an American sports comedy film from New Line Cinema.
New line.
The film was directed
They did
by...
Blade. sorry,
No, they did
start
Blade.
again. I couldn't resist. Sorry, go back.
Semi-Pro is an American sports comedy film from New Line Cinema. The film was directed by Kent Alterman in his directorial debut and stars Will Ferrell, Woody Harrelson, Andre Benjamin, and Maura Tierney. The film was shot in Los Angeles near Dodger Stadium, in the gym of the Los Angeles City Fire Department Training Center.
Wow, a lot of...
Yeah.
So, sorry, is it still going?
Yeah,
Okay.
in,
Oh, wow.
in
Yep, yep.
Detroit
Keep going.
and in Flint, Michigan. It was the last film from New Line Cinema before they were absorbed by Warner Brothers Pictures. And as of 2021, it is the only film directed by Kent Alterman.
Oh.
Ah, okay. So he's a one-time.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know when they're telling you specifically what gym it was filmed in, that they don't have a lot to tell you, right?
It's weird.
So why did it
so
cost
much detail.
bloody $35 million if they filmed it in a gym?
Yeah. The
Part-time firehouse
yes.
training centre.
he had to kick the fireman out.
A lot of detail for Wiki.
It says nothing, though, does it? It's like...
I could not tell you from
Because
that
normally
what
it's
the
just
movie's
a snapshot of the plot.
Yeah. And there's nothing
but this
about
time
the
it's
plot in
just
that
like
at all.
What it is,
Yeah.
where it was shot.
It's more about New Line Cinema, who apparently did Blade. I don't know if you guys...
Yeah,
know.
they did
Blade.
Blade.
I heard they did Blade.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to skate uphill. I can't not say anything.
It's like a rote response.
Yeah.
The studio marketing line was, well, let's just say it, I guess. It was putting the funk into the dunk.
Yuck.
Yuck.
I know.
That's the 44.
There's your 44
there's your
million.
answer.
Yeah, New Line. That's why they folded.
If I saw that on the movie poster,
Yeah.
no thank you.
It doesn't say anything.
Putting a
on it.
funk in the dunk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Putting the funk in the dunk.
Yeah, no thanks.
It's not good. So none of that explains the plot whatsoever.
No.
It doesn't tell you anything at all.
What is the plot?
Well, the
Have you got that?
Didn't you
written
watch
down?
it?
No, I did. I just well, normally we do the plot through Wiki, but we haven't got it this time.
Oh.
Yeah.
So we need the plot.
I did. No, so it's basically it's a movie about Jackie Moon, who is a one-hit wonder. He made his
Love
money.
me sexy.
Yes, from the banger, the early '70s disco banger, "Love Me Sexy."
Can I just say that that's a genuine hit?
Yeah,
Like, it's a
That's
song.
great.
It's been stuck in my head. And the moment it started playing, and I haven't seen Semi-Pro for like probably 10 years. And the moment it started playing, I was like, oh, shit,
yeah.
that's right. Love Me Sexy.
I went to
Ferrell
bed
wrote it.
swimming it. Swimming it.
Did he actually write it?
yeah. Apparently, he came up with it. Like he came up with like the melody and everything.
It's
during
him singing.
the
It
table
has to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He always loves the body sing along.
I love the lines about bathfuls of sweat and stuff. Nothing sexier.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's about Jackie Moon. He makes some money off the back of a one-hit wonder song, "Love Me Sexy." He uses the money to purchase a local ABA basketball team, the Flint Tropics. And the ABA is a rival league to the more successful and rich and powerful NBA.
Sure.
They're not doing great.
Are they still around to this day?
No.
No.
But
right.
in the movie, they're not doing so well. It's the late 70s now.
Yep.
What does he say? He's the owner, head coach, starting power forward, and pre-game announcer. And,
great, isn't it?
it's so good. And they're financially struggling, and then they're told that there's 7 teams in the ABA left, and they will merge with the NBA, and they'll only take 4 teams.
Okay.
All of which is historically accurate.
Wow.
There you go.
Other than the Flint Tropics part.
Cool. I did ask for a plot snapshot, not the entire movie.
Shit.
Shut up, Ken. He's about to get to the end.
Now you're reading the script.
Okay. It's too. I just can't get it right, can I, Ken?
He's firing off the hit.
Sorry, I've come in hot there.
I've had my confidence destroyed, guys.
I knew
that was
he was
good.
going to be trauma
was
as
good.
soon as he wore his skinny jeans.
Yeah, so that's the snapshot of the plot. Just a quick snapshot, in my opinion. Not everyone agrees.
Yeah.
That was good. Thanks.
Should we do some critical reviews?
Please.
Yes, I love him.
It's my highlight.
Yeah,
of the
so
pod.
despite finishing with 47, some critics really shit on it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So Lawrence Topman from the Charlotte Observer.
It's a new one.
Yeah, there's some new names here.
That's good. I
yeah,
like that.
Yeah. He said, just Will Ferrell doing the same man-boy shtick that he always does.
I love that man boy stick.
Yeah. And that's
Love it.
always worked and has
Yeah.
captivated the entire planet. for
Lawrence
the
isn't
last
wrong,
10
is
years.
he? Like, he's not wrong.
No, he's not wrong.
But again, all right.
Yeah. That's what works.
Yeah, I'll see
Anyway.
you at the cinema.
Yeah.
Stephanie Zacharek
Yep.
from some publication, website, whatever, called Salon.
Yeah, we've had Salon before.
Have we?
Yeah,
Right.
I had one from Salon.
Right. It sounds like it's about hair, so I'm really not interested.
It's a magazine you read while you're in the salon.
Okay, that's why I've
Yeah.
never seen it.
Is it really?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I haven't had a haircut since I
Getting
was
your
like
hair
10.
No, I mean, I do mine every day, but no one ever notices. She said, this may be one of the most sluggish sports comedies ever made. Even the supposedly rousing final sequence feels belaboured and chubby.
Oh,
30.
sluggish. Okay.
She gave it a 30. I don't know if I mentioned, actually, Lawrence Topman gave it 38. I think I forgot to
That's
mention
okay.
that. So it's a 30 from Stephanie of Salon. Kyle Smith from the New York Post. That's a little rag
Kyle
we're all
Smith.
familiar with.
Yes.
Yes, Kyle Smith. Yep. Goes
Wait,
up.
Carl Smith is a little rag we're all familiar with. Is that what you just said?
No, the New York Post.
Oh,
I'm
the New
not
York
commenting
Post,
on
yeah.
Kyle personally.
Sorry.
He seems lovely.
Yeah. What did he say?
He said goes up for the dunk, misses the hoop, the backboard, and the point.
I thought you said he sounded lovely.
The fact that he called it the hoop tells me he
Yeah.
doesn't watch a heap of basketball,
No.
but that's fine.
No, Kyle, he's more into poker is his favourite sport.
Yeah.
He gave it 25.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kyle's ruthless.
Yeah. The New York Post is, it's just not a happy place.
Yeah. Probably a little bit lowbrow for the New York Post, perhaps.
Yeah.
Yeah. They do not like to be loved sexy. Josh Rosenblatt from the Austin Chronicle.
Rosie.
Hey.
He said, I just sat in my seat looking grim and feeling like the entire world of comedy had simply passed me by.
Oh.
Jeez.
He is probably right. He gave it 20. I think, yes.
When you say he's probably right, what do you mean by that?
I think the world of comedy passed him by.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I
Yeah.
see what you're saying.
It's
yeah.
a bit of an old man shouts at cloud, really, isn't it? Like,
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Is this meant to be funny? So,
That is the problem. Is that all the
yeah,
review?
that's all I've got to contribute
Because
there.
I thought we'd actually have some problems with the reviews with this one because it's a comedy. So it's just purely subjective. And then you can't really pull apart a movie like this in terms of the critical point of view, like the cinematography or the editing or whatever. Like it's a comedy.
Yeah.
So if you don't find the jokes funny, you're probably going to give it a shit review.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you don't like Will Ferrell,
You're going to hate it.
It's
You're
not,
not gonna
for
like
you.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
a Will Ferrell vehicle. The
That's
whole
right.
thing's set up for him to do skits.
yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's what I was going to say. Like, I do think that a lot of his movies, for better or worse, are a bunch of skits, and they go, "We need a plot."
Yeah,
And they
yeah,
just
shit,
weave a little plot through
Yeah,
it.
he just comes up with a character and goes, "Cool,
Yeah.
how do we
That's
put
it.
this guy in a movie? Someone write it." Yeah.
So-
Who wrote this actually? Did you? No, you didn't.
Dewey the Bear.
That explains why he was such a big part of it.
He just,
With these movies, do you really need a writer? I imagine most of it's improv.
I think this is the
A
other
lot of
thing.
it would be, but
a
you
lot
just-
of it's improv. You cannot.
Yeah,
Actually, the improv in this, I reckon,
You can
I was
actually see
spotting
the
more.
other actors like laughing at
Yeah.
some points.
All right, I got it here.
when
got it here.
when he kicks Jason Sudeikis' nachos out of his hand.
Scott Armstrong wrote it,
Oh yeah.
and he also wrote. Let's have a look. He wrote nothing. Oh, he wrote The Hangover
The
Part 2.
Notebook.
Part 2.
Hangover Part 2. He wrote
Yeah.
Starsky and Hutch. Whoa, here we go.
Hey.
Wait for it. He wrote Old School.
Hey!
I think he was a contributing writer to Old School, right?
love
Screenplay
it.
/ story, it says.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
I'm sure, once again, Old School's improv, but I
Yeah.
think when it's written, like as Duff pointed out, it's just the main plot is written.
Yeah.
And then it's like, here's the scene, and then it's just a blank page.
Mm.
And then it's just Will Ferrell goes and does his shit. and
Yeah,
just
from
hopes
what I
that-
understand, they do a lot of takes,
It's
right?
just a lot of takes, and
Yeah.
whatever's funny, they use it.
Wrote Road Trip as well,
Ah.
which was, really good.
Yeah.
So, Scott, I'm sorry I didn't give you a shout out.
Mm.
I'm glad Ken
Okay.
did because you deserve it, Scott.
Mm.
You're up there, mate. So, without giving you scores and stepping on too much, what do you guys reckon?
I'm a Will Ferrell guy.
Yeah.
I always have been. I just find him hilarious. I would easily argue that for a good 10 years, he was the funniest man on the planet.
Mm.
And he doesn't, his movies don't necessarily land that well anymore. And
Yeah.
it might just because he's getting a bit old or comedy's now past his, what was it, his
Genre?
shtick, his boyish
Shtick.
shtick or whatever.
Man
Boy shtick.
Yep.
So maybe comedy is past
That's
that now.
shtick, by the way.
But man, like even when he's just, what was that, a couple of years ago and he did the Bush stuff.
Yeah.
Like it's fucking brilliant.
Yeah.
Like it's such a brilliant comedy mind.
Mm.
So I'm all in. I love
Yeah.
this shit. Yeah.
Good to know.
I'm in the exact same boat. I love him.
Yep.
Love him. He's just like me. He just yells, and he finds that funny, and I find it funny as well. Yeah, for me, but I had to talk about Will Arnett.
Yeah.
For me, he stole the show.
Yeah.
Every time he talked, I was giggling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I love him.
I could have watched him and Andrew Daly
Yeah,
just commentating basketball. Just run it for
Just
me
a
for a
spin-off.
whole game.
Yeah.
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 It's right from they right from the get go too. They said some problematic things in the first 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'd
The
forgotten
whole
about that.
movie
I was
kinda
like,
did. Yeah.
I thought, oh, this is not. I was about to text you guys and say, change my mind. But they got most of the problematic stuff out of the way in the first 5 minutes. So if you are going to watch this at home on a rewatch, and you are a little turned off by some of the bawdy language early,
It's 2008.
just bear with
Wow.
it. Pardon the pun. It gets better. But yeah, I actually had for my MVP.
I'm not sure it does. Yeah.
No, but they don't go that quite.
Yeah.
I wasn't cringing quite as much, but I agree with both you guys. MVPs. I'm giving dual MVPs.
Yep.
Which is a nice little analogy for basketball.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go, guys. Yeah, tying it all back. Both of those guys, every time they were on. And what's his name? Andrew Daly?
Maybe
Yes,
stop
Andrew
smoking.
Daly was the other one.
Man.
I always smoke when I drink.
So unprofessional.
I honestly
Very
reckon
similar.
I want to find the reel of that one day where it's just 4 hours of them doing that, because I'm
Yeah.
sure it exists.
Yeah.
I don't actually. I've got the DVD. I think,
I've got
but
the
not
DVD,
Blu-ray.
yeah.
And I wonder if the Blu-ray might have like the
Outtakes.
outtakes. They usually do with those type of movies,
Yeah.
and there might be a featurette of that. There is actually an amazing featurette on the Blades of Glory Blu-ray, and it's got Will Arnett and Amy Poehler doing
her.
their bit. And this, at the time they were married, so the chemistry was unbelievable. And it goes for about 20 minutes, and it's just back and forth, improv, and it's incredible.
Yeah.
It's funnier than the movie.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm ever going to watch Blades of Glory, I'll just watch that.
Oh,
And you
I need to
kinda
borrow that because I love her.
Yeah, I'll lend it to you. I'll have to
She's
find it
unreal.
in the attic, but yeah, I'll...
I'm in the attic.
So, sorry, yeah. We'll find that one day, the Andrew Daly and Will Arnett 4 hours of real,
And just
Maybe that's where the budget went.
There's so much
just
real.
chew it. Just put another tape
Guys, real. That's why that director never directed anything. Action, cut, another reel.
in. Well, actually, on Kent Alterman, I have the fact that this is his only film. Do you know what he does now?
Go on.
He's the president of Comedy Central.
Oh,
Oh,
right.
shit.
He's got shit on. He's just too busy these days. Yeah.
Yeah. Did he do anything, or he
Nothing
literally
else.
came in, directed this, and that's it?
Yeah.
Producing,
Nothing.
writing, nothing.
Nah,
Nothing.
too busy being the president of Comedy Central, which, if you are going to fade into directorial obscurity, you
Yeah.
want something cool
That's a
like
pretty
that.
good gig to get.
So you're saying he's got one credit
One credit.
on IMDb?
Yes. Yeah.
Fuck.
His page is
So
barren.
you've got more credits than him on
I would like to once again take that to you.
I spiked that for you. You
Yeah.
said it.
Thank you so much. I have 2 credits on IMDb. Yes.
Sorry, I
Yes,
did the
2.
wrong analogy there.
Yes.
Yeah.
No, that's wow. This is the best moment of any podcast we've ever done.
It's a low point for me.
So yeah, he did this, and this is the other thing is like, I knew that before I watched it, and then I was like, oh, I'll try and watch it and see whether like a great talent has gone unrealized.
Yeah.
Not really.
Eh,
He does a good job,
yeah.
but you're not like, wow, this guy had a real eye for it. Like we're really missing out on something.
No, it was just
He does. He just
it was
is
just
adequate.
simple
It's
and it was
adequate.
good.
Yeah.
and it was fine.
Yeah, and he's like, oh, I tried it, done it. Yeah.
He might have just been friends with Will Ferrell or the
That's how you get a
executive
job on
producer or
this,
something.
I believe, yeah. Should we talk a bit more about Will?
Love to.
Love to.
Right. So this was, as we were talking before, this is the run leading into this. He did Blades of Glory in 2007, Semi-Pro in 2008. He also smashed out Step Brothers.
Step Brothers.
Yeah.
in 2008.
So
Ryan
they
John
both
C.
came out in
Reilly.
2008.
Yeah, so
2008.
that's his immediately.
You don't have the numbers for Step Brothers at all, do you? I don't
No,
expect you to.
It
but
doesn't
yeah.
qualify for our podcast.
No, it's in the box
Oh.
office.
Oh,
Because
I dunno.
Semi-Pro might have come out just after it, or maybe just before it.
Just before
or
it.
Just before
Yeah,
it, okay.
yeah, Semi-Pro early
So
2008.
maybe no one went to see that, and then
Yeah.
everyone went, oh, okay, he's not doing sports movies anymore. Now I'll go see Step Brothers
Yeah.
because we're kind of done with Will Ferrell sports
Step
movies.
Brothers is a movie I did a complete 180 on. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't get it.
Oh, it's incredible
I
for me.
love it, yeah.
I was like,
it's
what is wrong with these guys?
between that, I reckon that and Old School are
Old
probably
School
my
is
two
my favourite
most
Will Ferrell.
watched comedies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Remember, I still remember the what do you call
the
it?
menu screen
The
on
menu
DVD,
screen.
'cause we used to.
Yeah.
Because every time we were drunk, we'd come home, we'd put Old School on.
Yeah.
Wake up on the couch with that menu screen. That menu screen, it would be stuck in my head
Yeah.
forever.
It's the best.
Yeah, no, the first time I watched Step Brothers, I thought it was absolute trash. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, what was I thinking? This is hilarious.
Yeah, it can depend. Like
Yeah.
sometimes you can just not be in the right headspace for a
Yeah.
comedy,
Yeah.
and it just misses.
Maybe I had
Yeah.
feral fatigue at that time as well.
Yeah, it could have been. Yeah,
I was a little bit worn out by Will's man
Yeah.
boy shtick.
you might have gone. Okay, we're doing this again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it is.
and you
it
just
is.
looked at it negatively, and you're not going to laugh if you're in that sort of headspace.
Maybe I
I
was just grumpy that day.
guess.
It happened.
No.
Shut up! It was his. How many movies do you reckon he's done? Got credits
Will
for?
Ferrell, I reckon 80.
Acted in?
Credits for. So some are Someone produced, yeah.
Oh, credits for would be. Yeah.
No, he's acted in the vast majority of stuff he's done too, by the way.
Yeah, but also like a lot of them, he's literally in it for 1 minute. Yeah. All right. So
it counts on IMDb. Just mentioning.
Okay, so just
Less than
IMDb credits.
I just like it noted for the record. You don't have to be in it for even a minute to be on IMDb, and it's still a real thing.
Let's say
still counts.
He's been around since what 95.
Hundreds. Is it TV shows as well?
Yeah,
TV shows. Saturday Night Live. Hundreds.
100. Oh, not each
individual
episode.
episodes. That's one.
Saturday Night Live's one. I'd say 130, 140.
No.
No.
Actually, I just realised I've written movies.
Oh.
So
Fuck me.
Let's just.
What a
sorry,
horror
guys.
show.
You did all that mental arithmetic, and I led you astray.
Yeah, I can't go back now.
Movies. I would say 81.
Yeah, 60.
63.
Fuck,
Oh,
yeah, there
wow.
you go.
That's a lot of movies.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
done a lot of good and a lot of bad.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
mostly for me, it's a lot of good.
Yes.
Not
Definitely
recently, though.
from like 2000 and say Anchorman through to this essentially. There must have been 10 just classic movies in there. Yeah.
Smashing them out.
Yeah.
Do you reckon like who had a whole bunch of ideas and he just got the power and the impetus to just like run with it, Will, and he just got to smash out his like
old school.
like Rogan and that crew. What's his name?
Well,
Judd
it's funny.
Apatow.
Yeah, I actually wanted to discuss him. We won't do it now. We'll talk more about Will, but yeah.
Yeah. When he did Old School, he would have had a lot of power because he shined in that movie as Frank the Tank.
Just, what do you want to do? And I've got a bunch of half-formed ideas that are skits, and we'll just weave some plot around them. And it worked for the most part.
Yeah.
So it's his 26th lowest score on Metacritic.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
He's got a lot under that there.
Yeah. He's not going to be a critical darling for the most part. He tried to branch out into a few more critical darling type movies.
I would
later
love
on.
to talk about those as well. He's actually in like
Everything Must Go.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'm obsessed with that movie. Yeah. It's very depressing, but I love it. And he's also in another one called Winter Passing
I haven't seen that.
with Ed Harris. Another really depressing movie.
Plug me in just like I was Eddie Harris.
He's doing like the like the sad clown type thing in those, where he's not actually being a clown, but it's like every like
send in the clown.
they always say like stand-up comedians are kind of
Yeah.
actually really depressed people.
Yeah.
He's like you can see that side of him coming out in those films.
Was he a stand-up comedian or an impressionist? How did he get his job on Saturday Night Live? Because I don't think he was a
I
stand-up
reckon
comedian.
he would have been an improv guy.
Improv.
Oh
Definitely
yeah,
improv.
yeah.
He went to that school that they all go to.
The School of Hard Knocks. That's where I'm from.
I forget what it's called.
Old school.
Some school that they all
Yeah,
go
they
to,
do,
and they
yeah.
all end up on Saturday Night Live together. And Conan O'Brien,
Chris
sort of
Kattan,
things,
his little friend.
Anyway,
So this is just above Kicking and Screaming.
I like
Again, there's
that
two
That's a
movies
funny
called
movie.
Kicking and
I
Screaming.
like
There's
that
one
movie.
one about soccer and one about coming of age.
Yeah.
This is the soccer film. It's okay.
I actually don't call that one of his sports movies, even though it's a soccer.
Nah.
I call it his coffee movie. I mean, it's just him getting jacked on coffee, isn't it? Yeah. But it's not really a sports movie.
Yeah,
No.
it was okay. It was all right.
I like it. Had some laughs. Yeah, probably. I think from memory, I haven't seen it in a long time, but the back half gets really good.
Yeah.
When he starts getting jacked on coffee. Yeah.
Well, it qualifies for the podcast if you want to put it on your list.
I've got
No,
busy.
I'll
pass.
pass.
So
Okay.
busy.
So tune in for the Kicking and Screaming episode when I have a next opportunity. It's also above the Wendell Barker story. Anyone watch that?
Don't know it.
No,
There's going to be a few
I
on
have
here.
no
that-
idea.
Oh man, he's done 63 movies.
Yeah.
And it's just below a movie called Downhill.
What?
At 49.
Watched that last year. I think
Yeah.
it is from last year. Yeah, Tina Fey.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's just
I've
it's an
seen
indie movie.
Tina Fey's great.
It's actually really funny premise. Check it out. It's actually really good. Yeah, it's in the middle of a drama and a comedy.
Rightio.
But it's not
A dramedy.
depressing. It's a dramedy, but it's not depressing like the other two I just spoke about.
What's that called again? How do you spell it?
Downhill.
Oh, yeah.
One
Are
word.
you pretending to write?
Yeah, I
Uh,
pretended to write because I'm not
No,
interested.
I'm going to segue here for a second because
Go
the
for
premise is great and it might get a lot of people interested in watching it, which I think you should. Is they're basically it's him and Tina Fey are married, two kids.
I've seen
They're on
Downhill.
they're on like a ski trip in the mountains.
Was that
Avalanche-
Tina Fey or is it Julia Louise Dreyfus?
Oh shit! It is Julia.
Yeah.
No, sorry, not Tina
Facts
Fey.
from Duff. I've
Sorry.
seen it.
Yeah, and the avalanche comes and it's going to wipe out the little restaurant they're eating at, and he just fucking runs and leaves the family behind, and then she can't look at it. Like they're all safe, but she can't look at him in the eye anymore. And it's
like a-
basically the aftermath of dealing with being a coward and not looking out for your family. So it's a kind of this heavy premise, but it's also quite a funny premise. Yeah. And he's not like goofball Will Ferrell in it. He's actually just acting. And it's really good. Yeah.
man.
Sorry,
it's not one of my
Tina Fey now. Thank you for correcting me.
Yeah, you're welcome.
not one of my IMDb credits, but I once electrocuted a customer and pushed him out of the way and ran when it went so, and had to walk back and apologise.
I
And make
reckon-
sure he was okay.
I reckon I've thrown about 19 people. When I see a spider, my first thing is to push them towards the spider and get the fuck out of
Oh,
there.
that's what this movie's about.
I'm not watching it. It's going to make me look inward.
Yeah, it does
Um,
a bit actually. Yeah.
And then the other movie, it's just below, is The Campaign.
I liked that.
I didn't.
That's Zach Galifianakis.
Yeah. I did not
it
like
wasn't
that movie.
for me.
Yeah, it annoyed
Oh, I
me.
thought it had some laughs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it annoyed. The punching the baby. Did he punch a baby in that?
Oh.
That's he did. Yeah,
That's always hilarious.
That's when they try. I think that was obviously Zach Galifianakis post The Hangover, where they tried to put him in a heap of different things, and none of them really
Yeah,
worked
none of
that
them
well.
worked.
Yeah.
That one with
What-
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
was
the
trash.
Road
Oh,
or something, Road Trip or something. What was the one with
Due
Due
Date.
Date?
Yeah. So I didn't enjoy that movie. That's one of those ones where I was just frustrated.
Yeah,
by
not
it.
for me.
What would you say is his highest scoring movie, and what did it score?
Is it one of the Is it one of the dramas?
Is it a comedy or a drama?
Guys,
No, we're allowed that.
Is it
a
a
comedy.
TV show?
It's a comedy. Yeah, okay.
It's a comedy. For me, it has to be Step Brothers. I can't find
you think
much
the
wrong
critics
with that.
enjoyed that?
Yeah, I don't think so.
Or Talladega Nights, that would be good.
What do you reckon? Give it a score. Talladega Nights.
Talladega Nights and a score of 71.
I'm actually going to say it's Anchorman.
Oh, of course, Anchorman.
Yeah.
Why did I forget that?
Yeah, because that was that changed everything.
Can I
that
change
movie.
my thing? No, yeah.
No, you can't.
Okay.
Go?
Talladega Nights.
Was it?
Hey!
Oh,
What? That's fucking 2 for Duff. I'm out.
I think you said
Ken,
about
if you're
8
not
movies.
first, you're last.
What?
You said about 8 movies.
Nah,
then
I said
before.
1. I said Talladega Nights, and that's
No,
all I
you're
said.
not having that one.
66.
And then you were like, "Oh, change it to Anchorman." I was like, "No, not interested."
Sorry,
Ken.
guys. Give me a second. I'm just going to rewind the tape. Duff said 8 different movies
Nah.
and then tried to claim
said-
the win.
Nah.
The
Anyway.
one with Nicole Kidman.
Yeah.
So any other...
Where was Anchorman? Was that what? Did that do well?
Anchorman was just below that.
What was
Okay.
his? What was the score actually?
66 is his highest scoring movie.
Wow.
Out of 63.
I think most comedians would be
That
like
doesn't
that,
shock
unless
me.
it's
Yeah.
like
For the exact
Billy
reason we're
Crystal.
just talking about.
Robin Williams.
Well,
They would score well.
Robin
Yeah, true.
Williams. When you
Right,
said
yeah.
Billy Crystal, I was going to say, not really a comedian, though, is he?
He was in a movie called
Well,
The Comedian.
Well, he's never made me laugh, so
That means he's trying too hard.
yeah.
Sorry, Billy.
Yeah, where were
And
we?
Billy's
Sorry,
family. I just
before
like to apologise to Billy Crystal and his extended family. He's catching strays, old Billy.
Oh, I'll go home and watch City Slickers then. You think so
it's a
highly of
good
him?
movie.
See how many times you
It's
laugh.
a good movie. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Won an Academy Award, but whatever.
Did win an Academy Award?
Yeah.
For what?
Jack Palance was in it and he won an
I'm
Academy
going to get
Award.
some hate for our
That's
over 50 audience
Yeah,
for this
yeah.
little segue.
It inspired me to change my life. Now I'm a cattle rancher. Any other Will Ferrell thoughts before we move on? You got some stuff to say, Kenny?
No, not really. I did rank his movies for my own personal taste, but I don't think that really matters in this context. Basically, the movies we just spoke about. I had Old School, Anchorman, Step Brothers, Talladega Nights,
What?
Semi-Pro, etc. I actually had The House in there.
That's okay.
I really liked it.
John
I thought,
Cena in the house.
yeah,
Is great.
I thought The House was going to be his kind of comeback because he
Else?
made some not so funny movies around just before then.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, Will Ferrell's back. Like he's funny again, and he kind of like adapted to the new style of comedy. It was still Will Ferrell, but he was a little different.
The one,
And then it went to, what was it, Holmes and Watson or whatever after
the two
that.
ones
A pile of shit.
I think everyone forgets about is Daddy's Home. I thought that was great. And
I hate Daddy's Home.
Same.
Yeah, well-
I turned it off.
well, really,
Yeah.
it's got Mark Wahlberg in it.
Yeah.
He takes his shirt off.
So you're right, everyone did forget about it.
Yeah, not me.
Straight after
I
they
wish I
watched
could.
it.
Yeah.
I'm super easily
And what about Get
entertained.
Hard? I love.
Yeah.
Get Hard, I loved it.
I didn't enjoy
Nah.
it too much either, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'll just go over here and fuck myself.
Again, you glad you're on YouTube.
Kevin Hart is a very guilty pleasure of mine.
Yeah,
Really?
I'm the same
I
boat.
don't necessarily
Same boat.
dislike Kevin Hart, but I get hard.
Oh man,
just
he
didn't-
gets me. He's the new Martin Lawrence. I was a Martin
What is
Lawrence
he?
Rest my
guy, yeah.
case.
I would watch
wearing
like-
his undies in LA, shooting guns.
Anyway,
Martin Lawrence, that's what he got arrested for.
yeah, I missed all that. We'll cut that out.
So far, I'm in this podcast for 4 minutes.
Oh, stop saying dumb shit.
I can't help it.
Where were we?
Woody Harrelson.
Woody Harrelson. Yeah.
Yeah. Monarchs.
Who doesn't
Mannix.
like?
He's my wife's free celebrity pass. Celebrity free pass.
Really?
Yeah, weirdly. Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I was watching this, she didn't watch all this with me, but I said, what about Woody with the hair? And she was like, no. She likes bald Woody.
Oh.
Yeah, like shaved head Woody. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So the
Like,
70s.
newer Woody.
Right. Like natural born killers Woody.
Well, she probably hasn't seen that, but modern Woodies.
Sit her down
Yeah, okay.
and make her watch
Okay.
Natural Born. I'm going to be texting you both.
Okay, you're being very aggressive towards my wife right now. I don't like this.
Look, I'm quite upset, people. Just give me a minute.
Anyway, so Woody Harrelson, he's my... he's not mine. He's my wife.
No judgment.
Yeah.
No judgment.
Yeah.
I'm a massive Woody fan. I love Woody.
Yeah, he's awesome.
I love Woody
He's
Harrelson.
brilliant in everything.
He's a standard
I
quality.
didn't like him in this.
Oh.
Sorry, saying dumb shit again.
Yeah.
Right.
Would you go to a movie for Woody?
Yeah.
Like, know nothing about it and just see Woody Harrelson and go, I'll check it out? Yeah.
Did you guys watch this movie and forget Woody was in it?
No. I picked this movie to some degree because
I
Woody's in it.
completely forgot he was in it.
No.
Yeah, I remembered he was in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm been a massive Woody
I do
fan
remember
since
him
back in the
not being funny in it,
Yeah.
which is fine because
day.
he's not
No,
he's meant to
playing
be the
more of a
straight guy.
Yeah.
Had to put his romance in there.
Yeah, there was a couple of times where, actually, in fairness to your point, there was a couple of times where he did try to do something funny, and
Just
it
didn't
didn't
work
really
out.
work. Yeah.
Yeah.
But he is actually funny.
Yeah,
Like he's in movies as a comedian.
Oh, yeah.
a lot of the times.
Yeah, he is.
He was a comedian.
Okay.
Don't check that.
I'm not
'cause it's
disputing
my
that.
right.
Did he go to the school of improv that we can't remember the name of?
Because I think he did stand up, then he went to Cheers and became everyone's favourite.
Oh, cheers! What a classic.
And then he met my friend and dear friend, Wesley Snipes, and did White Man Can't Jump.
And Money Train.
Money Train.
Yes. Yes.
Good couple of
Officer
movies there.
Santiago.
So
That's what the bad guys do.
yeah, White Man Can't Jump, seminal movie, like in my life.
Wait, are you comparing semi-pro with White Men Can't Jump? Is that where we're
There's some
going?
similarities.
Okay.
Yeah, about basketball, and it made me laugh, but also not to the same extent. But for 5 years after White Man Can't Jump came out, I played a lot of like pickup ball, which is really, really overselling the fact I went to the basketball courts in Bridgetown a lot.
Yeah.
But
And there was no one else there.
Yeah, it's just me.
So when you say
saying
you're playing
lines.
pickup, it was
Yeah.
just you shooting a ball.
Shout out to Mopo
At
who
a
I
broken
dragged there. People would be, when they're trash talking, they'd just be using lines out of, like, how many lines did you hear on the basketball court out of White Man Can't
All
Jump?
of them.
Yeah.
We've got to watch the
Hard
win.
goddamn work. You know, all
I'm
that.
going to get my
Still,
gun.
if-
Kill all you motherfuckers.
Yeah, if you play basketball with guys our age now, still you hear some of them.
Yeah. So the thing that came from that was like the when Will Ferrell's posting up in this movie, and he's like, nope, don't like it. Nope,
I'm ready. Nope, I don't like it.
And he just does it. That was a thing for a little while after this movie
Yeah,
came
it
out
was.
as well.
That was the main joke I remembered
Yeah.
from Semi-Pro.
you
It was
go.
like the one joke that I remembered clearly.
Yeah.
And I think you actually said it at the end of the last pod when you announced the movie. You're like, nope, give it back.
Yeah. So that's drawing a little bit of a comparison between the two movies there. White Man Can Jump. Just
Classic.
yeah, just a great movie. And Woody proved in that movie he's actually a pretty convincing basketball player.
Oh, yeah. He's legit.
Because it sucks to watch a movie
He
like
looks
this.
like an athlete.
He was on
the
Yeah, he's built like an athlete.
I believe he was a 3-sport athlete in high school.
Was he? Yeah.
I made that up. But
you know what?
He probably would have been.
I want to name the sports right now.
Track.
There we go.
Poker.
Lacrosse.
He was on the debate team.
Ooh.
He would have been hella convincing. I would have gone for it. So I'm a Woody guy. He's got such a diverse IMDb as well. I haven't got the total number of movies he's done.
Oh, it'd be a lot.
Yeah. He's another one as well. He just pops up in
Pops
something
up.
for a little while.
Yeah.
He's happy to take a smaller role,
Yeah.
much like Will. He'll pop up and just make
I
a stamp of
love
quality.
Woody as a bad guy.
Oh yeah,
Love it as a bad guy.
yeah. Oh, he can act sleazy really well.
What's that movie with Casey Affleck? The Burning Fires one or whatever it is.
In Them Body Saints.
Yeah, maybe that's it. He was electric in that.
It may or may not have been called that. This one came out. He was also. This also shows a little bit how like sort of inconsistent his IMDb is as well. His Metacritic ranking. So 2007, leading up to this, I went a little bit back further because I just wanted to mention No Country for Old Men.
Yes.
2007.
Yes.
Just
Thank you for mentioning that.
probably top 10 movie for me of all time.
Yeah.
Very good.
Fantastic
Can't
flick.
fault you for that.
Battle in Seattle was 2007.
Yep.
And a movie called Nanking.
No.
Yeah, so no one saw that either.
Don't know.
Then Semi-Pro. That's pretty diverse right there.
Yeah.
Then,
But that's been the trademark of his entire career.
Exactly.
Entire
busy.
career.
Like,
busy.
I think he just loves doing it.
yeah.
Yeah, loves performing.
Yeah. And again,
It's
like you go,
really
this is a guy who was the star of White Man Can't Jump and Natural Born Killers.
Yeah, he's got a lot of range.
Yeah, love him.
For a guy that looks pretty like just straight.
Yeah.
Yeah, huge range.
Yeah. Then he went on to a movie called Sleepwalking and then a movie called Trans-Siberian.
Trans-Siberian, I
it's
think
a
I've seen.
thriller
Yeah.
about the Trans-Siberian Railway.
Yep.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but
I didn't think it was that old, if it's the one I'm thinking of.
2008. Yeah.
Yeah.
So pretty diverse and relatively underwhelming list there. So he wasn't on a heater like old mate Will. It's his 18th lowest score on Metacritic.
Yeah, okay.
So it's just above Kate, which had
It's brand new
47.
out. It's on Netflix. It's only a couple of months old.
Right.
Yeah. I actually quite liked it.
I was
Little
thinking Kate
stylish
and
little-
Leopold, but I guess not.
The old hitman hunting down people trying to hunt them.
Yeah.
But it's a woman.
Geez, they've made a
Oh,
lot of those.
Kate,
How many of those movies have come out in the last 5 years?
Yeah,
Heaps.
it's a
They're
thing.
just churning those
Yeah.
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
And above Now You See Me Too with 46.
Hated that.
Yeah, it was
Hated
such a
the
letdown
second
because I liked the first one.
Yeah,
First
one
one's
was
really good.
Fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the second one misses Isla Fisher heaps.
Yeah, actually, she's someone I've grown to really enjoy
Yeah,
watching. Yeah,
really love her.
She's I much prefer her as a comedic actress.
Mm.
She's
Yeah.
got fucking brilliant comedic timing.
Yeah.
Being
Confessions of
Mason
an alcoholic. Classic.
Perth girl,
Let's go.
Is she?
Perth girl,
Oh,
yeah,
official.
and they're living here at the moment. So tune in next week.
We've got a special guest.
Yeah, we've got a special guest.
Holy
Isla
shit.
Fisher. Yeah,
Unreal.
Yeah, it
Big
might be.
announcement.
It could be Sacha Baron Cohen playing Isla Fisher, and we wouldn't even be able to tell the difference. And just below his movies Shock and Awe and Midway, which both had 47.
Oh,
Midway-
Midway's a pile of
Yeah,
shit.
Midway should have been good.
Yeah, but it just wasn't.
That actually just dropped on Netflix last
Yeah,
week. Midway
right.
be on the front page at the moment.
I think Woody would be up there with the actors that have most sucked me into watching a movie because he's in it, and me going, oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And then finding out he's in it for a little while, or finding out it's just a shit movie.
Yeah.
Because before I asked, would you watch anything if Woody Harrelson is it, and then you said yes.
Yeah.
Seems you're a liar because you haven't seen any of those.
I haven't watched all of his movies. That wasn't
sorry.
the question. It's
Sorry.
would I watch?
Can I just quickly, before you go off Woody Harrelson, we have spent some time on him, but can I just mention True Detective?
Oh, yeah.
I know it's
Yes.
not a
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it's
yeah.
season 1 of True Detective.
That's legit.
Masterclass.
Yeah, really, really,
Really
good.
was
Sorry,
masterclass.
go on.
He's an interesting dude.
Yeah.
He's
I know a bit of this.
Yeah.
His dad and,
yeah. I don't know. No, what?
His dad's a serial killer.
Dad was a hitman.
A hitman, was it?
Yeah. Dad was a hitman for the mob.
That's all I know.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that was the interesting. What's
Yeah.
the interesting bit?
No,
then?
just that-
What do you got?
Just that he described
But he wears
himself
white
as an-
socks.
His real name was Woodrow. That's what I.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah, no one had the balls to tell his dad it was a dumb name. Apparently.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Whack ya.
So-
Politically describes himself as an anarchist, which I think is something you say that you could never back up because no one actually really wants.
And you know what? He's just trolling people.
Yeah, he probably.
Woody
is.
Harrelson don't give a fuck.
Yeah. He's a big time environmentalist.
Yeah.
He has an honorary degree from York University for his contributions to environmental education, sustainability, and activism.
Unreal.
Yeah. And he's a vegan, and he was named Peter's sexiest vegetarian in 2012.
Okay, maybe that's where my wife got on that train.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, wow. So, yeah, I think, as I say, he's been in some of my favourite movies. You know what we didn't shout out that I think is a banger is Zombieland.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
of
of
course.
course.
Yeah. Shit.
Yeah.
1 and 2. Loved them
Yeah,
both.
loved it. Yeah,
Huge.
yeah.
Love
Yeah.
them.
Double tap.
Huge. Double tap.
Any other Woodrow Harrelson thoughts before we...
No, I'm happy with that.
I'm good here.
Andre 3000.
Yep.
As we learned earlier, he's actually called Andre Benjamin.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
4 Brothers. Is he in that?
Oh.
Of course. he is.
Actually...
4 Brothers with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Is he one of the brothers?
Yeah, he's one of
Is
the
it
brothers.
Tyrese? Is Tyrese one of the brothers?
Tyrese.
Why is he not
that
credited
young
with
kid
that?
and Andre 3000, I believe.
Do you know he has possibly the most inconclusive IMDb I've come across because when you go on
Is it
to
all
it...
just film clips?
No, it says... there's a few, but
Yeah.
it says... It only lists his TV credits.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Are you on the app? Or what are you on?
Is there an app?
You're on the fucking website.
Oh.
Jesus Christ.
Guys.
Sorry, everyone. Bear with me. What's his name? Andre Benjamin?
Andre Benjamin, I believe is known by Andre 3000. I'm looking at his Wikipedia page instead. It says
All
he's
right.
a rapper.
Oh, he was in 4 Brothers. Well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually
One of the
that's
brothers.
a good flick. That's
4
got-
Brothers is his best performance.
Okay, so he's been in 51 things.
Are you on his IMDb?
Few documentaries here and a few
Yeah,
as
yeah.
himself and film clips, so let's not go crazy.
Yeah.
But movies, it doesn't look like a lot.
No.
He was in Battle in Seattle
Yes, yes, that's what I mentioned. Yeah,
yeah.
Yep.
with Woody. Yeah.
Woody, him and Woody.
Not heaps. Revolver. That was a Jason
Jason
Statham
Statham one, yeah.
Be cool.
Be
Not great.
cool. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, so he had a little run there from like 2004 to basically semi-pro.
Yeah, it's like he
Can we look up Big Boy? What has he done?
I'd forgotten he existed, I'm not going to lie.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, he doesn't have a huge list there. But, yeah, no, shout out to Four Brothers. Well done, Duff. Good get.
Yeah.
Good get.
Haven't watched that in a long time. I'll check it out.
I watched it the other
revisit
day.
it. Did you?
That's why
Did you?
I was like, oh, this
I'm
is
surprised
good.
you were so unsure of yourself. You watched it 3 days ago.
Yeah,
I think he's in it.
No, you gave me a look. You raised your eyebrows, and I went, oh, fuck, I might be wrong.
I was certain until I was
just
no longer
twitching.
certain.
Yeah.
So, as we know, he was in Outkast, who are a hip-hop group
Cyrus Jackson.
Hip-hop, yeah.
from Atlanta, yeah. And that god-awful fucking Hey Ya song.
Hey, yeah.
First time you hear it, you go, this is okay.
Yeah.
The 400th
I'd rather
time
live
you
into
listen
Love Me Sexy.
to it. Yeah.
Love me sexy.
Love Me Sexy.
Six. He's won 6 Grammys.
For what?
Can I be honest?
Yeah.
I don't need his life story.
That's on my notes. I've run out.
Thanks.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Oh, wow. Andre 1000 from Ken.
Well, the most interesting tidbit I came up with him is that he was voted Peter's world's sexiest vegetarian in 2014. Really? Yes. Do you reckon there was any tension between him and Woody? He's like, "You got my crown, motherfucker." So amazing. Yeah. He came off Fracture in 2007, Battle in Seattle in 2007. He did semi-pro in 2008. Then he did nothing until he did that Jimmy All Is By My Side movie in 2013,
Yeah.
which was okay.
I didn't see it.
It was
Not
all
for
right.
me.
Yeah, I'm a Hendrix guy. Thought it was all right. And I don't think he's a bad actor, but I'm not going rushing to the cinema because he's in a movie.
You know what? He was better than I remembered him being.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I actually remembered him not being good at all in semi-pro.
Yeah.
Like kind of holding
Like
the movie back a bit because the rest of the cast was like really funny, or at least improv.
I think he played his
Yeah,
role
yeah.
pretty good.
Yeah.
to be
Yeah, he
honest.
did.
Like,
Yeah, when I rewatched it, I was
It
like,
was
oh, he's
cast
pretty
well.
good here. Yeah.
Can't polish
He's
his
just
head.
not he wasn't one of the he just wasn't one of the funny characters in the movie, and
No.
that's okay.
Yeah,
There was 90 other funny characters to
That's
take
right.
that load
Yeah.
off his shoulders.
Just
yeah.
let him cook.
Yeah.
He just had to sit back and let him cook. So I don't have a lot else to say about Andre 3000.
It's probably enough.
All right, we're done.
Yeah.
Uh,
I did hint at that earlier.
it is. You didn't hint you out. You told me to shut up.
True. Strong hint.
The rest of the cast, as we've sort of hinted at, like just some. I love. Is it Rob Corddry? Is
Rob
it Corddry?
Corddry as Kyle.
Man,
He was my MVP.
is he your MVP?
Yeah.
I was considering him. It was out of
Man.
him and Andrew Daly and Will Arnett.
Kills it in
He's
this.
so
Yeah.
good, man. Is he
Yeah.
one of the better sleazers, the on-screen sleazers that you've ever seen? Like,
Yeah.
he just,
Yeah.
does he make you uncomfortable?
Yeah.
When he's sitting at the table
Just-
and you watch him.
Just watching?
Yeah.
And other stuff?
And other stuff.
Just perfect, wasn't it? Even right at the end when they're making out on the basketball court. He's like, Just real highlight for me every time he was on the screen.
Yeah, he was great. He was great, especially since his on-screen partner for half of the movie, Maura Tyranny, she was super straight. Like,
Yeah.
her and Woody were playing it pretty straight back. I remember most. Sorry,
Oh, I was going to say, it didn't have a strong female presence in the film, did it?
no,
Yeah, it's
no.
definitely.
Although she was a
and
strong female herself, she
She was.
saw what she
yeah,
wanted and
but,
she took it. In
but
front
she was
of her
probably
other partner.
like the only female in the
True.
movie, other than Stacey Moon, is it? His wife? yeah. Who's, I don't know what she is.
the dancers.
Yeah.
I most remember her from News Radio. Do you guys remember? Are you? Is that?
I'm
you
not
in
a
the
News
Radio.
Radio. With
Did
Andy,
you watch it?
With Andy Dick?
I know what it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With Andy Dick?
Do you know who was like Andy Dick, Phil Hartman, Joe Rogan, John Lovitz?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I enjoyed it back in the day.
Yeah, no, I never watched it. It might have been just before my time.
Yeah.
When did it come out?
Oh, it was the
1954.
the late 90s, I think, from memory. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I might have been too young to appreciate it at the time, so I
Yeah.
probably never saw it.
It's not bad. It's not bad. Delray
I'll take your
Davis.
word for it.
Del Rey.
Delray Davis.
Yes.
He was someone who was like, man, I know this guy from so many things. And I looked him up and I was
So
like,
many
I fucking don't really know him from that many things. 21 Jump Street.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, okay.
Wow.
Familiar face.
Yeah, that's what
Yeah.
I was like, is this guy in a lot of things?
Were you looking it up on the app or on the
Do you want to fact check that? Can you just cross-reference that against the
There's
app?
only in one thing I bring him up on IMDb. He's actually in 50 things.
While you're on IMDb, do you want to look me up?
Well done.
He's also, one of his other credits was the Roses film clip by Outkast. So there's just tying it all back in again.
Did you everyone see the Saturday Night Live Illuminati? Do you call it Illumini?
Alumni.
Alumni. Yeah,
Alumni.
I was pretty close. Jason Sudeikis,
Yep.
Kirsten Wiig as the The
lion chain. The
oh,
bear
the bear
How long
tamer.
have you been doing this? Oh, about a day.
She was good.
I'm just kind of concentrating on fighting this bear. She was great. I love her and everything.
And of course, Tim Meadows, my favorite. I love Tim Meadows. Everything he does. I can't mention any of them right now.
I thought the Jason Sudeikis cameo I could have done with more of that.
He
kicks the nachos out.
I
of his
actually
hand.
completely forgot he was in it.
He's like,
and I saw him
"Go
got excited.
Tropics!"
I saw him and got excited, and then remember. Oh, wait a minute, that's all he's got. I reckon somewhere there's also a reel of him, and he's actually in the movie probably 12 times, and they probably just cut it all out because it just it didn't need to be in there.
Did you bring those nachos from home?
Yeah.
Right here. I don't like it. Back. Clear. Yep, that feels good. Downey, what are you doing?
Nothing. Eating nachos.
You get them from the concession stand?
Nah, I brought them from home.
What? No.
I reckon he would have popped up a few times throughout the film. Yeah. In the director's cut.
What about Jack Erie, the guy that played the guy that hit the shot?
Oh, he was great.
I don't know. Is he in anything?
The Watchman.
Is
he was
he?
Rorschach in the Watchmen,
Oh, really?
and he was the new Freddy Krueger in the Freddy Krueger remake.
So he's actually
Yeah.
Pretty short
He's in
for
a
Freddy Krueger.
lot
I
of
don't find him
things.
intimidating.
Yeah.
I'd be like, look out for that little guy.
He's great in this.
You do, little fella. And look, I would just like to point out that it's much harder to hit those shots in real life.
Why, have you got a story?
I had a shot for 10 grand myself one day.
How'd it go?
Yeah, in front of 10,000 people. I believe it's about 45 feet from where I shot it to the hoop, and I believe I shot it about 15. I wish we could link the video. There was a couple of guys in the crowd heckling me ruthlessly.
They say
And they're
it's
here tonight.
they say it's better to try and fail, right?
Yeah, I still got $1,000.
Not in this case.
And I got a massive novelty check for $1,000. Thank you, Chemist Warehouse.
Did you really?
Yeah.
Still get a
I
grand.
got a grand for that.
missing.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It was, yeah.
That actually reminded me of what exactly what just talking about, the $10,000 novelty check. I loved how that was like this recurring thing. It just kept flashing back to him.
Actually, I really enjoyed that.
That's just
yeah.
good. That's just funny stuff.
You need to go to a bigger bank that takes bigger.
Yeah, if you were going to critique the film and not look at it like, I don't find this funny, then little shit like that's pretty good.
Yeah, I actually found a lot of the little
jokes,
yeah.
like when he's in the bus and goes, "Everyone loves everyone."
So this might be a good time to bring up what I think is one of the funniest comedic scenes ever in a movie.
If you say the poker scene,
It has to be.
it has to be the poker scene.
so good.
The timing of everything that happens
So
in that,
good.
like
I'm sure it's all improv. It's just do
Yeah.
your things.
Yeah.
That jive turkey thing.
Yeah,
Oh.
but it might be all improv, but it works. Like it's just
so good.
Now, nobody's calling anybody a JT.
just the,
He said cocksucker.
and then it leads to the gun, and they're just like,
They're all
woo, and
shooting
he points at his crotch and his head, woo, yeah,
And you know
woo.
what's going to happen.
Oh yeah, of
You
course.
know it's gonna-
But
you know-
you're feeling so tense, like because you can feel it coming, and then the massive punchline is the gun going off.
Oh, I
and you're
did
like,
get
and
shot.
then you're losing your mind at how funny that is, just the shock. And then it turns out he did actually get shot. and the
Is
blood
everyone
just-
okay? I think so.
The
Oh, I
blood
did
just oozes out of his cast. It's too
so
funny,
good.
man.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
too funny.
It is that's one of the
Yeah.
better scenes for sure.
Just when they're talking about the Swedish porn movies. And where I got my favourite line, excellent fuck feature. The Swedish make excellent fuck feature.
Got me through Nam.
Oh no! Yeah.
Yeah, just
Really good,
busting
man.
each other's balls
Yeah.
hilariously. Yeah, no, that was it. I agree. Probably the best scene in the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah. And again, I'd love to see their outtakes of that as well because there's going to be some riffing going on there.
Yeah.
The other thing I enjoyed was the Grizzly, Dewey the Grizzly, just coming just appearing out of nowhere twice. So like the guy's just walking through the park whistling. So Will Ferrell wrestles the bear. when it escapes, it's like
Grab your children and use them as a shield.
they love the supple meat. Yeah, that sort of stuff's great. And then like they don't go back to it. You don't realize when we know in this podcast we love a callback joke.
Oh, yeah.
it's our,
It's
it's our
big on
thing. It's our
callbacks.
wheelhouse.
Yeah.
And just the guy's just walking through the park and he just gets crash tackled by the bear.
And he ripped up.
And then at the end, when the commissioner's giving him a job in the NBA, and he's like,
As
as
long
long
as
as
I
I'm
live.
alive, and then he just gets taken out by the bear.
So
Just
that's good stuff.
Yeah,
I don't care who
it's
you are.
really good.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
really good. You know what isn't so good?
Good writing.
Rocky the Grizzly Bear actually killed his trainer in 2008.
Jeez.
The actual bear, yeah, just to make it dark all of a sudden.
Yeah,
Wow.
right.
Yeah.
After this movie?
After this movie,
Yeah.
Because it got a bad Metacritic score.
It is dark, and I want to preface this by saying I apologise to the family for what I'm about to say.
Yeah.
but I really love it when captive animals kill their training.
They're my favourite YouTube videos. I watch them a
man,
thousand
there's
times.
something about it.
Yeah.
Isn't there?
It's just been waiting for the right time.
The SeaWorld orcas. Ooh.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Rocky's just like, no, sleep.
Beautiful.
Sleep. You'll be fine. Yeah.
Anyway,
So,
apologies to the family once again.
yeah, so like, I have a couple of little segue tidbits
Go for it.
that I'd like to bring up.
Mm.
One of my favourite bits, and it got me thinking, it was at the beginning during the credits. There's just scenes rolling past, and it's one of those blink and you miss it. And if you're not as much of a sports nerd as myself, you probably wouldn't get the reference. There's actually quite a few references through this for the sports nerd like myself, especially NBA. I'm a massive NBA head, and some good NBA stuff in here.
Cool.
But there's one, and it's it's like a series of headlines. There's that series. The opening credits are photos of Jackie Moon in various states of undress for most of it, from his heyday as a pop star, and then it rolls into the basketball stuff. And one of them says something like "Dime Beanite goes badly wrong."
Yeah.
So that's based on a real event.
Ah, okay.
So there was a thing called 10-cent beer night at a Cleveland's Indian game in June 1974, and I was like, "Fuck, I think that's referencing something that I've seen somewhere." So I looked it up. So the Cleveland Indians thought it would be a good idea to give unlimited 10-cent beers to the crowd at this game in 1974.
Is it baseball?
Baseball game.
That's a long
Goes
game.
for a very long time. Also, there was some tension between, I think they're playing the Texans, don't quote me on that, but and there'd been some tension between the two teams anyway, so everyone was a little bit riled up. Just a little rundown of some of the events of the night. It started when a woman ran onto the Indians' deck circle and flashed her breasts and then tried to kiss an umpire. It escalated to the point where a naked man ran onto the field and slid into second base whilst a player was hitting a home run and trying to run around the bases.
Literally had to jump over the
naked man. Sliding into second base naked.
Yeah.
Bad call.
Dangerous
That's when
game.
you know you've had too many beers.
Yeah.
A father and son ran onto the field and mooned the crowd.
What a bonding experience for them, though.
Yeah, no, good on them. Good on them.
Let's go out there, Chet. Show everyone our assholes.
It got a little darker as the night went on.
Oh,
though.
wow.
Yeah, that was the fun stuff. The game was tense, and the two teams hated each other, and so the crowd was chanting for violence. Like
Violence.
Yeah,
Fight.
no,
Really?
hit him harder was what they were chanting.
Oh, wow.
Hit him harder because the guy, like, they beamed him or whatever they call it in baseball.
Yeah.
And the crowd started, they started throwing hot dogs and spitting at the players. I don't know how much the hot dogs were, but they clearly were not expensive either. In the ninth inning, so deep into the game, as I understand it, a fan tried to steal the player's hat, like ran into the field and tried to steal the player's hat. And the manager of that team just caught it out of the corner of his eye and thought the player, because the player tripped over, like tried to avoid him and tripped over. And the manager thought that the player was being assaulted. So he called for his team to charge the field with bats.
Jesus.
So they charged the fan.
Was the manager drinking?
I don't know, but he's a baseball manager. They just love it.
Yeah.
And a full-on riot ensued. Like, the crowd was like, not our guy.
Yeah.
And basically the crowd ran on and a full-scale riot came out of it.
Jeez.
Some fans had knives and chains.
Yeah. Every time I go to a sporting event, I always bring my knife and my chains.
Well, you're in Cleveland. It's the late 70s.
And if they didn't have those, they tore up the seats and used the metal parts of the seat.
Jesus.
Yeah, and they ran onto the field. They were throwing
Was
batteries.
there
Rocks
like
and
double A batteries
yeah.
or like car batteries?
Yeah.
Just launching a car battery off the grandstand.
And a full scale, nobody was killed, as I understand it. But a full scale riot broke out. So the Indians had planned 3 more beer nights throughout the season, and they changed it from unlimited to 4 beers per person.
Oh, wow.
At 10 cents still?
Yeah.
Still a great deal.
Yeah, good deal.
Yeah.
So that was a little dive I did as a segue.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah. My favourite segue, and I'm not going to lie, one of the reasons I chose this movie. So there's I love a little trivia, and this is a piece of trivia that I've been talking about for years that is actually around this movie. There's a thing called the greatest sports deal of all time, and that's the headline in Forbes magazine, which you would know. So, as I said, this movie is based on facts about the fact that the ABA and the NBA did merge. The ABA was a rival league and had some incredible players who went on to be huge NBA stars over the years, Dr. J, Moses Malone, really, really big names. So there was, in fact, 7 teams, and the NBA, the more powerful league, said we'll take on 4.
How much did the NBA have at that stage?
Good question to know.
12.
Was it?
I don't know.
12. 12 it is.
Sounds
12
good to
Ken.
me.
What do you-
Yeah, 12.
12.
Yeah.
12.
So they they did take on 4 teams. They took on, from memory, the Indiana Pacers,
Yeah.
San Antonio Spurs, the Nets, who were New Jersey then, and Brooklyn, and the Denver Nuggets, right? So that left 3 teams to...
Just result.
Yeah, so, no, one team dissolved completely. Can't remember the name of that team, but they dissolved completely.
Flint Tropics?
No, they weren't.
No, okay.
That was
Right,
a
sorry,
made up
yep.
name. The Kentucky Colonels. That's another shout out, which was
They were
it
in
was
the
the
film?
Spirits
Yeah.
because they were also in the film. So that was actually
What was
that
their city?
St. Louis.
St. Louis.
Yeah, so that was actually a historical. That was historically correct as well. That was another little tidbit. The Spirits folded,
Yeah.
and just released all their players. Sorry, cut that. It was the Virginia Squires.
This is a mess.
Um,
Hey, look, if you're going to go on fucking segues, do your research.
so
Jesus.
there was 7 teams in the final ABA season, and 4 were be accepted into the NBA. The Virginia Squires folded. The Kentucky Colonels accepted a $3.3 million buyout, but the Spirits was the team that held out.
Okay.
And they were like, we are hanging in there grimly to the end. They got paid in the end. So they were owned by 2 brothers called Ozzie and Daniel Sleena, and they were doing terribly on and off the court. They sold Moses Malone to try and pay their debts. So problematic. They received $2.2 million up front. They received payments for every player drafted in the NBA, and then they negotiated the best contract I've ever heard of in my life. They said they wanted 15% of each team that made the NBA's broadcast revenue going forward in perpetuity, which means forever and ever.
Forever.
So
They're not
even
still
now-
getting that.
They got bought out in 2014.
Okay.
Right?
Wow.
By that stage, and broadcast rights are the main source of income for the NBA.
Yeah, Michael Jordan would have raised.
I dare say it's billions of dollars.
Yeah.
No, 800 million.
Okay. I wasn't far.
800 million for not having an NBA team.
Yeah.
And the 2 things they wrote into their contract that they negotiated, which are just genius, is in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And they said broadcast including television, radio, and any other form of media, which covered them for the internet.
Oh, wow.
So that's my favourite tidbit about sport. Thank you very much for listening. Yeah.
That is good.
800 million. Like,
Sorry,
that's a
so
good
rude.
lawyer. I hope their lawyer got a decent cut of that. 'Cause
I'm sure he did. Yeah. Or she. Yeah.
Yeah. It was the 70s. It was probably a man.
Oh, wow.
Diversity.
The only other tidbit I had, you know, how he shot.
Old wooden ship. That just felt like a good time to do a Will Ferrell quote.
The only other tidbit I had that struck a chord was, you know, he shot underarm free throws.
Yeah, grandmas they call it, grandma style.
Yeah, Grandmaster Hall.
I'm old enough to have played with a dude that actually shot like that.
You're
Yeah,
kidding.
legit.
Was
Yeah.
he good?
No,
Yeah, fair.
no, he was 50.
All right.
Whilst I was like 19, and we mocked him relentlessly for it. But yeah, it was a strange thing to watch. An old
If
bloke.
it didn't work for him, why is he doing it?
No,
You'd only do it if it worked for you.
He was just sticking to what he knew.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
grimly. Yeah.
All right.
They're my tidbits. Thanks for listening.
I liked that. I had something else before we go into the big reveal of our scores. The other thing I had is the Sandler versus Will Ferrell sports movie triple header that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah, go for
Yeah,
it.
so Sandler had he had The Longest Yard,
Happy
Happy
Gilmore.
Gilmore, and Waterboy
Yep.
versus Will Ferrell's Talladega Nights, Blades of Glory, and Semi-Pro.
Yep.
Where do you guys see that little battle?
For me,
Because I think they're kind of comparable. Like, they're goofy, they're about the sport, but they're not really. They're really just a vehicle for those two guys to be ridiculous.
Are we on the whole? Are we talking in aggregate on the whole, or individually ranking them against each
No,
other?
just
So
3
like a
versus
death
3.
match?
It's a 3 versus 3 death match.
for me, Adam Sandler wins.
Yeah, it does.
Really?
Longest Yard, I love that movie. I don't know why. It's
Okay.
just one of my guilty pleasures. I
Yeah.
love it. Happy Gilmore is a goddamn classic and still gets mentioned
It is
today.
subjective. That's what. There's no right or wrong. Yeah.
And Waterboy, it's 50-50 for me.
Yeah.
But the only one for Will Ferrell for me that I really, really enjoyed was Talladega Nights.
Oh,
Right.
So for me, it's Adam Sandler,
Yeah. Okay.
which is crazy.
What
I
about
think
you?
he might have
Peter?
just talked me into Adam Sandler. Initially, I was like, it's not even close.
Ah.
Because I was thinking, if you put all 3 together, I'll probably
Yeah.
take Will Ferrell. But
It's
honestly,
a fair 3 versus 3, isn't it?
Oh, it is.
And 2 kind of similar guys,
Yeah.
like in Will Ferrell and Adam Sandler.
Yeah, no, it's a good shout. I reckon.
both as many hits as misses, and
Yeah, I mean, Happy Gilmore
Classic.
almost drags the other 2 across the line on
does.
its own.
Yeah.
Like, I must have watched that. That's probably one of the movies I've watched the most.
I think
Yeah.
I've watched The Longest Yard a lot of times.
Right. You
Just
don't like
like-
the original? You go for the
Just
remake?
when I was a bit younger, when there's wrestlers in it, there's like Stone Cold Steve Austin, Bill Goldberg,
Yeah.
all Kevin Nash, and all of a sudden I'm like, this is great. And then,
Right.
yeah, Chris Rock,
I actually find
Matt
that the
Reynolds.
weakest out of all of
Yeah.
them, The Longest Yard. I've never been
It's
a
a
big
guilty
fan.
pleasure.
Yeah, no, I
can
get it. I've got
understand
plenty of those,
that.
yeah. I don't like that one at all. So I would go Will Ferrell for his three.
Yeah.
I think Semi-Pro and Talladega Nights
Yep.
just good enough to overtake Adam Sandler's Happy Gilmore. Although, do not get me wrong, that's one of my most watched comedies of all time. But yeah, just as a group of three. Yeah. Anyway, I just thought it was a cool little.
I could go the rest of my
comparison.
life and never see Waterboy again and not be.
Yeah,
upset about
exactly.
it.
Yeah. And
well,
what about Blades of Glory? You haven't really given your opinion on that.
I quite liked it. That's
Yeah,
another
it's
one.
good.
The first time I watched it,
It's really good.
okay. And
Yeah,
the second time I watched it, I got it a bit better.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
Yeah, nice little comparison.
I'm sure we'll be hearing from Adam Sandler again on the show.
Oh, he's too busy making 20
I want-
Netflix movies a year.
Yeah, maybe one of those will appear because there is a couple of good ones in there.
Yeah.
You got to watch them all to find the good ones. But
Yeah.
yeah.
What about other good sports comedies?
Well, the only other one I had that I thought, as in modern era, I'm not talking Caddyshack and all that sort of stuff back in the day, but modern era, the only other one I had was Dodgeball.
Yes.
And I thought that one, actually, for me, that is actually the best of all of them. Just for me,
I actually agree. I also had The Replacements with Keanu Reeves.
Yeah, not bad.
Another guilty pleasure movie for me. Not many people will like it,
No.
but I enjoyed
So
it.
they
Is
reckon
that a
Gene
comedy?
Hackman-
Comedy?
No,
The
it's not.
Replacements?
Yeah,
It's not like
The Replacements is a comedy.
Yeah.
It's not like these other ones they were talking about.
It's not
I think it
slapstick
is.
or anything, but
It's
Yeah.
a lot of slapstick.
No,
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So I
Most
heard
Tik
that-
Tok jokes, got to find your dick first.
on that. He loves a dick joke.
Loves a
quote. He's on fire tonight.
It's good.
Gene Hackman apparently wanted very little to do with that. That was a paycheck only for him. They reckon that he was doing one take, and they were like, "Go again, Gene." He was like, "No."
They got him because of Houses, is it?
Yeah.
The basketball movie?
Hoosiers.
Okay.
Hoosiers.
Yeah, Hoosiers. Yeah. I just had a random thought as well in terms of we're ranking three. We're doing the death match of 3 by 3.
Yeah, yeah.
What about White Man Can't Jump?
Yeah.
This movie, Semi-Pro, and Kingpin with Woody Harrelson.
Kingpin.
Sports
is-
movie or
that-
no?
Kingpin's
don't-
not for everyone.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
for
that's
me.
very divisive.
It's a Farley
The
Brothers.
rest of these are kind of all like the same type. Well, White Man Can't Jump's a bit different, but
Yeah.
but Kingpin's like
We're not putting
it's
that in
not
the
for
same.
me.
That's
got
a
to
tier
be.
below.
It's absurd humor.
Yeah. It's
Yeah.
Bill Murray.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
I'm on board with Kingpin.
It's the Farley Brothers, right?
Yeah,
It is. Yeah.
It's the tail end of the Farley Brothers being good, though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
They dropped off bad.
They did
I'm
something
not sure I'll
about
ever
Mary
watch
and they can do
Kingpin
whatever they
again.
want.
Really?
Yeah.
I won't.
Anyway,
Oh, That's where I
Yeah.
stopped.
In terms of sports comedies, because they're probably a bit of a dying genre.
yeah. What's the last one?
Fighting with My Family.
That's really good.
Yeah, still not laugh out loud funny though.
You didn't? I laughed.
I
at
think
that.
I
did
think
you?
it was a more heartfelt.
Yeah, it's a
I think
heartfelt.
it's a feel good.
Yeah.
I actually remember something about that movie.
What's that?
It had no bad character in it.
Yeah.
Every single character was at heart good.
Nick Frost was great.
Yeah,
There was no
I
villain.
watched Nick Frost in anything.
Every single character was
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it actually bothered me.
Actually, I think because I kept waiting for somebody
Yeah,
to like.
there isn't one.
Yeah.
Even Vince
Railroad,
Vaughn, who's meant to be.
Yeah, I was waiting
the
for
bad-
Vince Vaughn
Nah,
to do
he's
something.
good.
Like,
They're all just good people.
normally
just
the
trying to help
narrative
each other.
arc indicates that the
trying
good
to
guy
help.
was going
There
to.
was no arc.
Yeah,
That's
just
what bothered me
Help a girl
about.
follow their dreams.
It was one of the last movies I watched where I texted a few people and said, "You should watch
That's
this."
good. Yeah, I really liked it.
Yeah.
I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah.
It was feel good.
Yeah.
I think it was more feel good.
So yeah, I still wouldn't call it a sports comedy.
No, I don't think. I think it's a dead genre.
Yeah.
I can't think of it.
No, there hasn't been anything for quite a while. And Will Ferrell, as we said, he said this is his last one.
Oh, may I? Can we do a TV show?
No.
Ted Lasso.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
We can't do a
This
TV
is a-
show,
this
but
is a
we
movie
can do
podcast,
Ted
Ken.
Lasso.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, the best.
I
TV
can't
show
talk
for
about
a long
Ted Lasso because I'll go for 19 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
I just gotta.
But that is one. That's a
Yeah.
sports comedy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but that's
And it's a bit goofy.
That is a smart
Yeah.
comedy. That's
Yeah.
the smartest comedy I've ever seen.
Yeah, yeah.
fantastic show.
Okay, put your dick away, mate.
Almost a smart. Oh, just raunchy.
So we've gone from enjoying the dick jokes to wanting a smart comedy.
And me making a note of never bringing up Ted Lasso.
Yeah,
again.
I warned you.
Jesus.
Duff contains multitudes.
Yeah.
Is a man of many
Yeah.
layers.
That's good.
Yeah. So brings us to the redeeming. Let me know, fellas. Kenny, are you redeeming or you're nailing to the cross?
Straight up.
Do it.
Redeeming this motherfucker.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I kind of make it obvious how excited I got when you said it last week, and then also the fact that I've been laughing the whole way through this every time I think about a different bit from Semi-Pro. It's just a good movie. Like it's fun. It's got all the enough chances for Will Ferrell just to be absolutely ridiculous, but then there is actually a plot. and there's some cool stuff as you were talking about with the basketball, and some of that stuff's actually real.
Kept a nerd like me interested.
Yeah, exactly. So it's you know what it is? It's just a classic Will Ferrell film from that era, and there's nothing wrong with those films. So if a Metacritic score is hard for this, because if I give this an 80 and then I give like a really highbrow quality, action thriller 80, it's like, ugh.
Yeah,
but
fuck it. Babel.
Yeah, fuck it. I'm going to give it a 75.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I'll live with that.
That's how much I enjoyed it.
And do you know what?
I watched it basically on my own, and I giggled the whole way through it. And rarely do you kind of laugh out loud when you're watching something on your own. That's for me anyway.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I'll find something funny, but not necessarily laugh.
Yeah.
But I was laughing out loud.
For me, the first 30 minutes was amazing.
Yep.
But after the poker scene, which was the peak of the movie, it kind of died a bit, I feel.
You don't like a bear attacking a man? What's wrong with
No, wait for it.
you? Okay.
Because after that, it was all about the romance of Woody Harrelson.
It was a real romance.
It's just like, I don't want to see that too much. I want to see more Will Ferrell and Will Arnett. So it's like, the movie was fire for 30 minutes, laugh out loud moments, and it's like a dead zone in the middle until you get to the bear scene.
I hear that.
And the bear scene
agree with that.
really lifts it up, and then you get the montages, which are always great in sports.
Yeah.
But for me,
The alley-oops.
I love a montage.
I love a montage. There's always a montage of the team doing really well,
Yeah.
or the team struggling after getting a devastating decision like they did in this.
Yeah.
And then a bear comes out and attacks. So for me, the middle kind of ruined it for me.
Okay.
So my score is 47, but wait, the poker scene, I can't sit here and justifiably give it a 47. I am going to redeem it. I'm going to give it a 58 just for that poker scene.
Okay. I like
So
that.
specific.
No,
Without
that's good.
points.
That's good.
Without the poker scene,
Yeah.
it's a 47.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know what?
All right.
With the poker scene, it's a 57.
Right.
Now that you've said that, if I gave it a 75, I want to say at least 25 points of those
Yeah.
for the poker scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
The poker scene and the bear attack, that's
It's incredible.
great.
Yeah.
Just karate chopping a bear.
All right. So
One of my dreams.
You are redeeming, though.
I am redeeming
What,
it.
58, did you say? 57.
Is this our first unanimous redeeming?
Whoa, are you
Uh,
redeeming?
Don't know.
I chose the bloody movie.
It'd be weird if you didn't.
I'm going to choose a fucking
No,
terrible
we're going to
movie.
get one day where one of us chooses a movie and then go, fuck, I didn't watch it for a while, man. It wasn't good
There
at
was a
all.
little bit of that with me.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it wasn't as hilarious all the way through as I remember. it.
Definitely.
Yeah, but I still really enjoyed it. I really like every now and again just disengage your brain and just sit down and enjoy some slapstick humor, nothing too sophisticated, a bit of a bear attacking a dude.
I love it.
Yeah. I enjoyed it. Also, like I don't know what my ratio of points on my total score would be, but I am enough of a basketball nerd that I got off on the stuff like the San Antonio Spurs being in it and having their real, like, I love that shit.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, that's good.
and when they get it right, it's like, we were talking a while ago about when there's a musical aspect to a movie and they want to make someone a particular musical, like, subculture or whatever, like they have to get it right. Otherwise it pulls me out of the movie altogether. The fact that they got all that right is excellent. And it also shows Will Ferrell is a big sports nut. In fact, do yourself a favour.
Yes.
He does the pre-game announcements, right?
Yeah.
He's done that at a few NBA games.
Heaps of NBA games.
Man, we
Oh,
might.
good is it?
Oh, it's incredible.
I've never been down that
he
YouTube
improvs
rabbit
that
hole.
shit.
Yeah, okay.
Honestly, we might want to drop something. He improvs that stuff. It is so funny.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll definitely
They just
do
give
that.
him a mic, put him at centre court, and he introduces the team, and it's incredible, isn't it?
Yes.
So, and I'm sure that's what he was doing in the movie as well. He was just riffing, like, he's doing the player intros. Yeah, and
Oh, yeah.
it's just great stuff.
There would just be, we spoke about it, there would just be hours and hours and hours. Yeah.
Yeah, I just wish I could be that funny. I'm sorry, everyone.
For tonight's game between the visiting Chicago Bulls and your New Orleans Hornets. But first, the visiting Chicago Bulls. At forward, number 5, he still lives with his mother, Carlos Boozer. At forward, number 9, he collects rare birds and has a pet dolphin named Chachi, Luol Deng. At center, number 13, he's a Scorpio and a horrible dancer, Joakim Noah. At guard, number 11. He once ate 20 hot dogs in an hour. Ronnie Brewer. At guard, number 1. His favorite movie is The Notebook. Derek Rose.
So yeah, I enjoyed it, and again, we've done a couple of more intense movies.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, it felt good
It was good. It was a pressure relief valve.
Yeah, it was great.
I really enjoyed it. I am absolutely redeeming it.
Yep.
I'm going to give it 70.
Great.
Yeah, nice.
All right, that's cool. That might be our highest one yet, I think.
Yeah, and there's a fair proportion of that just because it's a basketball movie, and I'm
It's okay. We like
I'm a
movies
nut,
for
guys.
reasons we like movies.
I'm a sicko. I'm a basketball sicko.
Now, just a moment ago, you mentioned we'd done a couple of movies that were fairly intense.
Oh, no.
Well, next week's pod,
Oh God,
I got another one for you.
Another intense one?
Yeah,
prepare your bodies.
but a good one. You'll like this one. So, I wanted to do something new or newish because we'd basically done, we know our era, and it seems to be 2004 to 2012, basically. So I wanted to do something that's in the last couple of years, keep it a little fresh. And
I'm dancing. I think I know what you're going to say.
You know what I'm going to say? Stars Russell Crowe. It came out last year.
Yeah, wow.
It's called Unhinged.
Yeah.
I won't go about it too much. I'm not actually sure how you can watch
Netflix.
it. It is on Netflix? No, I don't think it is.
It's not.
Isn't it?
It was. It had a run. Let me just have a look.
I think you have to buy it on Amazon.
Wait, they take stuff off Netflix.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, stuff only
But
has
why?
Let's all throw our phones like Russ.
We won't get into that.
I'm going to throw it at Kent's
Oh man,
face.
it was 2002. Get over it.
Unhinged. No, sorry. It's on Binge. So if you got Binge, you can watch it. Otherwise, you can get
Amazon.
it through Foxtel Now, or
which is
you
also
can buy it on various. I think YouTube you can buy it on.
Yeah. Wait, you can buy stuff on YouTube?
Yes. So before I do, obviously you've seen it, Duff. You getting excited? Yeah. Have you seen it?
No.
Okay, that's perfect.
I don't watch many movies.
No, that's perfect. I didn't think.
I think you're in the wrong business.
Is it about basketball? So that's actually perfect.
Yes.
I'm glad you haven't seen
I
it.
know all about it.
We're going
Yeah.
dark again, boys.
Yeah,
We're going
no,
dark
cool,
again.
cool. Yeah.
It's not dark like Butterfly Effect dark,
No.
but it's a tense thriller.
Yeah, good.
Ooh, it's
Yeah,
cool.
but it's very good. Yeah.
All right. So
Oh, it's
it is
good, but I'll
Unhinged with
never
Russell
know.
Crowe,
Unhinged with
available
Russell
on
Crowe
Binge.
from 2020.
Excellent.
Yep.
Check it out.
Excellent. No worries. Yeah. Look us up on your social media platforms, the Instagram and
Give us a like. We're desperate to be loved.
Yeah, it's actually really handy. And what do they say at the end of every podcast? Rate and review 5 stars. 5 stars really helps.
I think that helps on the Apple Podcast app
It really does.
specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hey, don't give us 3.5. Whoever gave us 3.5. I mean, thanks for your honesty.
Yeah.
But fuck you.
Name yourself.
Yeah. Send us an email. And we're out. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, everyone. Had a good time.
Bye.
Bye.
Come on, girl. Yeah. It's me, Jackie Murray. Oh, give me that look. That's right. Let's get sweaty. Let's get real sweaty. I'm talking rainforest sweaty. I'm talking swamp sweaty. Let's fill a bathtub full of sweat.